Hey y'all, welcome to Midweek Minis, the show where you get to ask us questions and we get more personal stories to tell you. I'm Mitch Lawrence, that's my wife Leah Lawrence.
Hey y'all.
And like I said, we should have another personal story ready to go. Are we ready, Leah?
We are.
Okay, give us a personal story.
All right, so this one isn't exactly a personal story, but someone from Instagram reached out to us, and they run an Instagram called Spooky CLT, and that's just the at Spooky, SPOOKY CLT. And they are from Charlotte, North Carolina, and they sort of chronicle a bunch of true crime and ghost stories from around Charlotte. And they've sent me a really awesome email with like 5 stories in them. And so I'm going to read the first part of the email and like the first one, and I think we're going to just keep reading the email because I mean they're pretty long and they're good stories. So,
so you have multiples from this. That's excellent.
Exactly.
Fucking
so
awesome.
Everybody go to Instagram and follow Spooky CLT because they have really cool. I've actually been following them for quite some time. But if you would like to follow them, I definitely think you should. They've got a lot of fun, spooky stuff from Charlotte, North Carolina, and it's really cool. So
Midweek Minis has been extended by a few weeks at least.
Yes, definitely. And I got another email from a listener that is another personal story. So we're kind of racking up. I'm feeling it. It's going great.
We're almost out of questions.
Yeah. So questions, y'all, please.
Just anything.
Send them in. Anything. Literally anything. Be crazy, be funny, be esoteric and strange. Whatever you feel, we'll answer your questions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is from Spooky CLT. It says, "Good evening. I'm reaching out because of a shared interest in all things spooky. Currently, I'm chronicling all ghost stories from my home city, Charlotte, North Carolina. It is a city as old as the country itself, but has run into a problem that most major cities are running into right now: transplants. Currently, the culture in Charlotte, North Carolina is that of people who have only been living here for a few years and have not taken any time to learn the city's haunted history. I've taken it upon myself to try and change that. One of the things I am doing is reaching out to like-minded individuals with media platforms in attempt to share some spooky stories about the city I love. I welcome you to share them and look into them more if you'd like. At the very minimum, I'm spreading the word to someone who may listen. I hope you enjoy this spooky nugget of Charlotte history and haunts." So this is the very first one. And like I said, it's one of 5, so to be continued. But here we go.
Okay.
This says The Haunting on Tryon Street. Tryon? Tryon? Tryon?
Yeah, that would be Tryon.
Okay.
Not Tyron.
Tyron. Sorry. The Tryon House Apartments was built in 1918 and has always served as apartments in Uptown. However, it's unknown to many that the Tryon House is home to the Queen City's worst disasters, and I assume that Charlotte is called the Queen City.
Yes, I've heard that.
Okay. On March the 13th of 1940, a fire swept through the 3-story apartment, killing 6 and injuring 9. Since then, most residents have had paranormal experiences, including hearing the cries of children, hearing the noise of someone tossing themselves against the wall, and the most infamously, seeing blood seep from the walls. The building is still an active apartment building and hosts a number of Airbnbs.
Yay, that's exciting. All right, well, if y'all want a spooky bloody wall Airbnb,
Charlotte, North Carolina has got you covered. The Tryon House. So thank you to Spooky CLT. And like I said, I'm going to continue reading these because there's some really good ones. So go follow them over on Instagram.
I will. I mean, we already do.
Oh, so we already do, and we have for a while. Like I said, but
I have a personal Instagram, but I haven't put anything on it in like years. I just never think to do anything. I never think to even take any pictures, really.
Yeah, I've got one for like my arts and crafts and stuff, but I just haven't had time to do arts and crafts in literal years. So it's been a while since I've really sat down and done art, but I'm getting back into it. So
more to come.
Soon to have some fun stuff. So,
more to come on that front.
Exactly.
In many months.
Many months.
Yeah, hashtag many months. All right, let's get into questions. And this one I'm just going to go ahead and read because we got it this week and I didn't think to put it in the bag, so I remembered we had it. So I'm just going to read it off of Facebook. From Caitlin. 90s TV show that you loved? Boy Meets World will always be one of my favorites. That's what she said. I didn't say Boy Meets World. But Leah, what about you? 90s TV show you loved? Okay, we'll move on to me.
Come back to me.
Good, because I mean, you know that I have one ready. I have Full House was without a doubt one of my favorite shows growing up. I don't really know why. Okay, don't ask me why. Looking back on it, not the best. I understand. And Fuller House is fucking terrible. I only watched the first season of that though, so I can't speak too much on it. But Full House, without a doubt, and that's kind of an 80s into 90s show. So,
see, that's my problem. Most of mine are late 90s, early 2000s that I was really obsessed with. So, like, the one that pops into my head immediately is Dinosaurs.
Oh, God.
Because I fucking loved that show. I was that kid. I've been obsessed with the Creature Shop since I was a very young kid. And so, yeah, I actually got to work with a lot of people that worked on that show. It was awesome. So, yeah, Dinosaurs, and then Clarissa Explains It All. I was mildly obsessed with that.
Oh, I just remembered one. Fuck, what was the name of it? Caroline in the City. Do you remember that show?
Oh, we watched that all the time.
Yes, I loved that show in the 90s. Is that weird?
No.
Yeah.
We watched that. We watched Murphy Brown a lot.
Oh, God.
I watched a lot of adult TV that I probably shouldn't have because my parents didn't know how to just send me to bed. Like, I just thought that I think they thought that I was more mature than I actually was, so.
Well, yeah, I'm the same way. I watched a lot of stuff that I probably shouldn't have. Also love Seinfeld. Leah doesn't like Seinfeld at all. I kind of like Seinfeld more because of reruns, though. I didn't really watch it in the 90s. Excuse me, but it was a 90s show, so I believe that counts.
It was on and we watched it, but I didn't really like it.
I love Seinfeld. Also was a big fan of Fresh Prince.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know, all that good stuff. Mad About You, talking about more adult shows. Friends, again, it was into the 2000s.
Yeah, I mean, we watched Friends, but we didn't really, I was never super into it. Like, I didn't, relationshipy kind of stuff wasn't a thing I was interested in at the time, so it wasn't for me. But.
I have one. Just another adult show, because like I said, we used to just watch sitcoms in the house. The Drew Carey Show.
Oh, we watched that all the time. I loved that show.
Yeah, I loved the Drew Carey Show. Loved it. So there you go. Mine is definitely Full House, though, because it was just a big deal for me. I've seen every episode multiple times. My first girlfriend out of high school, for Christmas, bought me the entire series of Full House, and we have it in our house now.
Yeah,
it comes
he still owns it. It's embarrassing.
In a foldable box that's shaped like the California townhouse, the San Francisco house.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, we have the full series on DVD. I haven't watched them in 10 years or so.
Yeah, but the whole fucking thing is still in our home, and it still denotes that someone in this house, i.e. not me, has watched them at some point in time, and that's embarrassing.
Yep.
I hate that show.
I loved Full House. Fuller House I could do without, but
Which is weird because I was a huge Mary-Kate and Ashley fan as a kid. Like, I got all of the VHSs, the Twin Mystery Agency, and the whole thing. I can still sing that theme song. I'm not going to, but I can.
Thank you. We'll put a pin in that. Come back to it. Another question from Caitlin. Audible or physical book?
I mean, if I had all of the time in the world, I would love to sit down with a book and just read it to myself. But the more projects that we embark on, the more that I realize that audiobooks are definitely where it's at for me. Because I commute 2 hours every day. Mitch does the same thing. And it's just a lot more convenient for me to have someone read it to me because I can't read in traffic. That's just really the best way to put it. So if I don't have someone read it to me, I'm not going to be able to read it because, like I said, we've got so many projects going on. So during my downtime, I definitely always have an audiobook. So
yeah, me too. I would say audio just because we're in the age of technology and I don't have time either. All right, from Marissa, if you had the option of adopting a baby fox or a baby koala, which would you choose? Real Sophie's choice here, Leah.
No, the fox, much easier. Koalas all have like herpes or something.
I think it's gonorrhea.
Gonorrhea, whatever.
Something like that.
They
yeah.
have an STD.
Hepatitis, maybe?
Have you ever heard the sound that a koala makes? It's terrifying.
No, I haven't.
It's going to be a no from me.
No. I would pick fox too because our big dog is kind of already a fox.
But I mean, I hear foxes are assholes too, but at least they're closer to a dog than a koala. A koala just doesn't seem like something that I could take care of. Like if you really well,
do you have eucalyptus?
No, that's the first issue. But also, like, a lot of their habitat has been completely irreversibly destroyed. That's not good.
Yeah. So stop being a cunt and adopt a goddamn koala.
No, but, like, I don't know if you know how koalas feed their young, but they've got a weird digestive tract to where, like, the babies can't process the eucalyptus when they're first born. They have to develop those bacterias. So the mothers chew all the eucalyptus and they excrete what's called fecal pap. And the babies eat it for a good portion of their like early life. And it just seems gross and I don't need that in my life.
I'll be honest with you. I'm picking fox because I don't want to shit in a koala's mouth. That's my pick. A fox, you can just give some meat and it'll be fine. But I have to shit in the koala's mouth.
No, the koala's mother has to shit in its mouth, but
I'm not adopting 2 goddamn koalas.
Okay, our choice is fox.
Yeah, fox. Please.
I'm sorry I have weird koala facts.
Yeah,
but,
why do you know that?
Because Zay Frank used to do the little YouTube videos about the different true facts about the different animals, and the koala one made me laugh really hard, and then I went and looked it up to make sure it wasn't a bunch of bullshit, and no, it's for real. They really do shit in their babies' mouths, but whatever.
One of my favorite one of those wacky facts is that wombats have square poop.
Yeah, we all know that, Mitchell.
No, I've said it to you many times. I don't know if I've ever said it to all of the world.
Pretty sure you
just
have.
now. But if y'all didn't know that, that's absolutely true. Somehow they shape their feces so that it doesn't roll downhill and attract predators. It's so weird. But yeah, they have square poop.
They have cubed poop.
Cubed poop. Good old wombats. Pooping cubes. I love making myself laugh. From Samantha. This is an old one that's been in the bag. It's just been picked around. So,
okay.
Apologies, Samantha, because it's February. What is your favorite Thanksgiving dish, and why is it stuffing?
Shit, that's been in the bag for a while. It's not stuffing because I don't like the texture of wet bread. So that's going to be a super duper no for me. Also, we're Southern, so we have dressing and not stuffing.
It's the same thing.
It's not.
Kind of.
It's really
just kind
not.
of goes in the bird.
It's not.
I know. Well, what's your favorite?
Pan dressing is a lot more moist than a stuffing is, but I'm still not eating the stuffing. My personal pick is always mashed potatoes and gravy because that's just the best combo. Yeah. Always. Mm-hmm. I'm all about them carbs.
I do like stuffing / dressing very much. And I'm the kind, we've talked about it before, but I'm the kind that's one of those bowl eaters, you know?
Ugh, you're so gross.
I take the dressing and I put it down and I put cranberry sauce on top of it. And then I put chunky gravy on top of it, like giblet gravy. With all that, and then if there are peas, which there never are at your family's thing.
Yes, there are. There's always
you don't have
peas.
English peas.
No.
I like English peas.
English peas are disgusting.
Right. But if there's something like that, I'll eat all that in a big forkful at a time. So, which that's what the cranberry sauce is for. It's for mixing with things.
What he's saying is he makes a giant Thanksgiving slop, and that's his favorite dish.
That is my dish. But see, I'm not a big turkey guy. I don't think a lot of people down here really are, unless it's fried and done correctly, where it's nice and moist. Mm-hmm. Because turkey's just super dry if you don't, at least in my experience, just fry it, deep fry it in peanut oil, and put oh God, I'm sorry. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. That's what that burp was. But you have to inject those flavors in it, like herb butter and everything, you know? Otherwise, turkey just kind of sucks. But, we've gotten to the point, though, that Leah's grandmother will just make fried chicken for everything now. So
A lot of times it's fried chicken, but for Thanksgiving we did roasted chickens, just like with
that's right.
Greek
With
seasoning.
that was so good.
Yeah, it's way moister and way easier than a fucking turkey.
#moister. Yeah, that's what I like to hear.
I'm sorry for those people that hate that word, but
we are getting low on the questions here. Oh, God. Oh, Marissa, you are a bad person. This is from Marissa. What is the weirdest thing you've ever done on a date? And then in parentheses, other than Mitch blowing up your bathroom on your first date. I don't appreciate that. This one's been in there for a long time, too.
Oh, that's funny.
So what's the weirdest thing you've ever done on a date, Leah? And don't say butt stuff. I'm sorry. I made myself laugh. Again. Oh.
I don't know that I've ever done anything weird on a date, have I?
No, I don't think I have either. Just not really weird people, I guess. Oh, I went to, gone to sex shops and stuff with people on dates. And you, for example, we've had date night and just gone to the sex toy shop just to laugh at shit.
Oh, yeah, that's
I've
funny,
done the same thing with other people before.
How dare you?
I'm so sorry that I had a life before 2013.
Hate it.
I'm so sorry.
It's trash. Those are bad people. You should feel bad.
I'm so sorry. Leah.
No, I've had weird shit happen to me on dates. Like
what?
Like the guy freaking out about
the puppets
and then leaving.
Mm-hmm.
That happened.
I don't know if you've told that before. Have you told that
I think I have, but me and Mitch met on Match.com, and I had matched with and was going to go on a date with this guy, and we met up at a Starbucks, and he saw, I think I had a Cookie Monster watch on or a Big Bird watch, something like that. Something that I had gotten while I was in New York. And he looked at it and was like, why do you have a Sesame Street watch on? And I was like, oh yeah, I love puppets. I worked for Jim Henson. It's my hobby. I like to build them. They're great. And he's like, oh. And he was just super weird about it the rest of the time. And I was like, are you okay? And he's like, I just don't like puppets and I don't think I can do this. And I said, oh, okay. And he got up and left. And I think he just didn't like me, which is perfectly fine, but don't
Well, that's what I thought too. When you told me that, I thought that he was just looking for a reason to leave.
Oh, yeah. I definitely think it was a reason to GTFO. But don't be a fucking weirdo. Just say, hey, it was really nice to meet you, but I don't think we're going to work, and walk away. That's fine. But don't be this weird creeper that's I don't like puppets, and then just walk away. It's so weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
So that happened.
Yeah. Again, I don't think that I've had any weird date experiences besides that.
Oh, I also intercepted a date that I was not supposed to know about before I went on a date with that person. Does that make sense?
I'll tell it because I'll do it quickly. Leah worked at a movie theater. She had plans to meet up with someone else from Match.com before we had met. And while she was working at the theater, he walked up with someone else. The guy she had been talking to on Match. So he was on a date too. Which, you're dating. I mean, you're dating around.
Well, yeah, and that was perfectly fine. But then, as I was like, hey, this is weird, super awkward. And then, the next day, this girl tags him and is like, I'm so glad to have a boyfriend. And I was like, all right. And he hadn't said anything to me. That's fine. If you found someone, just say, hey, with someone. And he was like, so are we still on? And I'm like, hell the fuck no, we're not still on. It's going to be a no.
I didn't know that part where he was like, hey, feeling lucky. Might try to swing it two ways here.
No.
Oh, that's a fucking bold move though. Respect. Respect. Right? Yeah. You can get away with that. Anyway, the answer is Full House. Great 90s TV show. If you don't have it, I can send you some DVDs. Or if you haven't watched it.
I would love to get that creepy little house out of the house.
It's not creepy. It's a really well-made container.
Yeah, but
it's cool. Yeah. Anyway. All right, y'all. Well, that's it for this week. We're very low on questions. Apparently, we're good for personal stories for another, 5 weeks. So, oh, God, this show's extending. We need questions to make it through. Otherwise, we'll just, we'll bullshit for a while. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sound good, Leah?
Yeah.
All right, do you have anything to add?
Nope.
Okay. Well, thank y'all so much for listening. We will see you this weekend for our main episode, and we got brand new beers and liquors. I hope you're excited.
Woo, I'm excited.
I sure am. I'm going to go take a picture of everything right now. We'll see you later, y'all.
Bye, y'all.